Hello Pisces, Elsie here to do a reading for you. It is a bonus reading, my friends. How are you? Just thought I'd drop in on a Sunday late at night to do some energy for you for the week. Thanks so much for all the ways you've been loving on the channel. That's why I come back here to do bonus reads. So I'm here with the deck. Let's find out what's going on with Pisces. Pisces, if you've been here before, if you're my ride or die, you do know that I read for the present or the future energy. I don't intend on reading for the past. So please understand that if you think that this is going on in the past, that is your perception, not mine. All right. Tell me what's going on with Pisces, please, my water tribe. Tell me what's going on for Pisces. My two fishes friends, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Thank you if you're cross-watching. Five of Swords. There's a cycle or a chapter. It's like a major ending here. Pisces, I feel like it's almost a change of mind. I feel like you're changing your mind about something, that you've decided that you're no longer going to get into fights and arguments with people who don't agree with you, agree on your political views, agree on the way you raise your children, agree on whatever. I feel like with the Five of Swords and the World card, I feel like that's what you're leaving behind. That you're no longer going to get yourself involved in disagreements, arguments. I feel like this is like a milestone for you. It almost feels like someone has finally settled their energy. You're like, let them do what they're going to do. Let them fight to the point where people are going to drop their swords and leave. I'm not going to be involved in it anymore. It feels like this World card is telling me that this is the end of an old cycle of maybe negative thinking. Maybe it's negativity, negative thinking. Could be that. The World card is telling me that this is an accomplishment or a milestone. Feels like it might be within a group of people, a group of friends perhaps. It could be a group of people that you work with that you're also friends with, maybe friends of friends. Feels like a community thing or a group of people. That maybe it was the place where they saw you as kind of, you know, the grown-up, I want to say. The person who is really stable, the person who's good with their money, the person who makes good decisions. The person who's always ready to help anybody that asks for it. I feel like they see you as the one who's stable in the Pentacle world, sturdy and stable. You know what they see you as? The Queen of Pentacles and the Two of Cups makes me think that they see you as the Mother Bear. They see you as the person who is giving advice or is the overgiver, the one who's always lending money or pulling someone out of a tough spot, or, you know, the person who is dependable. I can always call Pisces, and Pisces is always going to be there no matter what they have going on. They'll just drop what they're doing because that's my stable friend. That's the one who loves me no matter what. But, you know, the Queen of Pentacles is also, when she's not an Empress, that she's the Empress in training. But when she doesn't have the support of the Queen of Wands, the Queen of Swords, and the Queen of Cups by herself, she can get taken advantage of. She can end up being the workhorse. She can end up being the one who is the overgiver and therefore is in danger of being depleted of that. It feels like, I want to say that you are thinking about leaving this group of people. It feels like you are closing the door. They might be fighting within themselves, like within their group, within the community. And I feel like you've been trying to leave this situation, Pisces, for a while. I feel like you've been trying to do this for a while because the World card is all the fixed energies, right? And the fixed energies move really slow. They're slow to make decisions. They're seen sometimes as stubborn, because they do make moves strategically through life. They don't want to make moves quickly. And sometimes it might take years to make a decision, right? Scorpio, Taurus, Aquarius, Leo. We have a lot of, well, I guess we have a couple of pentacles here. We have Aries, we have Pentacle energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. I feel like even though you love them, I think that you're thinking about closing the door and moving on to something new. Tell me about this Five of Swords. What do I need to know about this? It feels like a group of people who are like backbiting and gossiping and that kind of thing. It feels like intense sort of mental energy. Yeah, this is like a soul tribe, and I feel like you're kind of being forced into making some sort of decision. And when I say forced, I mean that the universe is here saying, look, this is not what you want to be involved in anymore. It's almost like the energy has degraded itself. And it feels like with this judgment energy, the judgment's holding the hand out to the Six of Cups. Like, I know that this is your soul tribe. I know you've known these people forever. This could even be a family, right? The Six of Cups can be family, can be best friend, can be friends, can be lover. But it feels to me like what the judgment is telling me here is that you need to make a decision. And the decision that you make is going to change your life. I feel like it's going to put you on a different trajectory. And I think that you're ready now to make that decision. But I also feel like you've been sitting in this energy for a while, Pisces, not knowing what to do, not knowing if I should really make this decision or not. But there's no more investment here. It's like I cannot invest my time, my energy, my money, my compassion. It's like I can't invest in this anymore. I have to make a decision. It's time to close the door, because it feels like a situation that that maybe you hung around because you thought that you could help, or you thought that you could make change here. You could make something different. Yeah, I feel it's like you're kind of stuck to the situation. You are here in this group of people, this family, this job. We've got lots of pentacles. Wherever it is, you're sacrificing yourself right now. You're staying for them. You're not staying for you at this point. And I feel like you're not getting any returns, is what I want to say. We've got 4, 5, 6. There's reciprocal energy here, and none of it's coming to you. You keep giving, but they keep giving and receiving to each other. But I feel like it's almost like you're the mother bear or the father bear. You're the person who, like, you know, they come to for advice, and you're the one who is the solid and stable one. You have a stable place to live, and it feels like you're in a group of people who I feel are maybe job hoppers, people who don't really have stability, people who like maybe stay at a job for 2 or 3 years and then they're gone. I feel though that the Hanged Man energy is a place where you're taking pause. Because I feel like you've realized with this Judgment card here, it's a realization. The universe has sort of ducked in and said, look, you really need to stare this in the face and figure out what's going on. It's time for you to shut this down, because the Ace of Pentacles is in the reverse. It feels like there's nowhere to go from here. There's nowhere to go. They're not investing in you. They're taking what you give them and they're not going to give it back. You need a different perspective. And I feel like you are hesitating. You're hesitating because of the love you have for this group or this person or this job. The love you have for it is the reason why you haven't gone yet. But I feel like this is the first time in a really long time where you're entertaining the Fool energy, taking a leap of faith into something else, somewhere else with someone else. You have the Eight of Wands. I feel like once you do make your decision, you will make it quickly and things will begin to move forward quickly. But I feel like right now it feels to me like in this present moment, the center of the reading here tells me that the Queen of Pentacles, and I mean, I know that you're a water sign, but it feels like you're the one that's coming up with this energy of the one that takes care of everybody, whether you're the feminine or the masculine, that you like give them money. Maybe you're the one that invites them to your house and feeds and waters them all the time. Maybe you're the person where maybe somebody's couch surfing at your house. It feels like you're the stable one of the group. I feel like the Eight of Wands is telling me that we've got to have a conversation about what happens from here, because the Page of Pentacles tells me that you've had some sort of a new opportunity. So this could mean that you've had a new job opportunity, or that you've had an opportunity and maybe people are inviting you into a new group of people. The Seven of Pentacles tells me that this has been a lot of hard work. I feel like you're sort of looking at it like I'm the one that's done all the work on myself. 8 Pentacles, right? The one in the hand of the page, and then the 7 Pentacles. I've been working on myself, and this is what happens, right? In relationships, for sure, in marriages, it happens when one person is committed to working on themselves, getting stability, and the other person is not. They're just not committed to it. This person, it feels like the people that you're leaving behind here are people who are arguing and fighting and gossiping and backbiting. Or it's a relationship possibly or a place that you're working where there are fundamental differences. There's a place that we get to where there's just no way that we're going to agree. And so at some point, I got to throw my swords down and walk away, because there's just no way. Just no way it's going to work out. not going to convince you, and you're not going to convince me. And I think that's what's making you close the door and look for another community, because you are the one who I think that they use as the stable one to, like, maybe they're like, okay, well, if you don't believe me, and, you know, they're gossiping, you don't believe me, then ask Pisces. Ask Pisces. Pisces is the final word. What do you do about this, Pisces? What are you going to do? Go the Queen of Cups. The Lovers. The King of Pentacles. Eight of Swords is in the reverse. And the Page of Wands. Do you know what I think you're going to do, Pisces? I feel like you're going to compassionately slip away. The Eight of Swords being in the reverse tells me you're having, you know, you're now relieving yourself of the responsibility of trying to take care of a group of people who just are hell-bent on not changing their minds. I feel like you're the supportive one. You're the person who I feel is the supportive one, the one who provides. Yeah, it does feel like you're the one who provides them. Also, I feel like it's hard for you to leave this group of people or this workplace because it feels like there is somebody there that maybe you have an attraction for. Maybe you've got an attraction for someone, or you feel very connected to someone that you work very closely with. They could be the Queen of Cups, somebody who you don't want to leave on their own. It feels like you don't want to leave them on their own, that you want to provide for them. I think the thought of getting unstuck here gives you excitement, and going on a new path, I think, is what you need, Pisces. But I feel like you being at the center of this reading and this Hanged Man energy, I think that's where you are right now, trying to make a decision about what you're supposed to do. And I feel like you should stay there for as long as you need to. Just don't get stagnant there, because you will sort of give up and leave yourself hanging there. But I feel like you're really at this point sacrificing yourself, because there is somebody in the environment, whether it's a job or a family or a friend of the family, a friend of a friend. This is a group of people, a community. Maybe it's a team you belong to outside of work. It feels like it's a group of people that I feel like that maybe there's one person in that group who you see as someone who is on your side, or someone who mirrors your energy. I feel like you have feelings for that person, and that's why you don't want to leave. But I think the Eight of Swords is telling me you got to get out of your head. You got to get out of your head and on another path. What's the outcome here, please, for Pisces? Ten of Wands, Three of Swords, Five of Pentacles. There it is. You will have the realization eventually. For some of you, it's going to be eventual. The perspective you're getting with this Hanged Man energy is that this is a really heavy burden for me to carry. I need to drop this heavy burden, and it's going to break my heart to have to leave this group of people, have to leave this employment, this place of employment that I've been at for maybe 5, 7, 10 years, possibly. I feel like you don't want to go, but it feels like with the Five of Pentacles, it almost even feels like I really need to go, because it's a toxic place. It's a toxic work environment, friend group. And the Five of Pentacles tells me that you're going to feel in lack. There's going to be no one around to help me. I'm not going to have any friends. But I feel like it's like the best solution, because, you know, eventually what happens is you lose your stability. They pull you in and you lose your stability. I feel like you need to stop inviting them to your home. Stop inviting them in, even though they are people that you love, people that you are very deeply connected to, because I feel like they're not. I feel like they use you. Like, I feel like you're being used here for money, for things, for material goods, for an opinion, for services. It feels like that. So the Four of Wands tells me that you can have stability here, but it's going to break your heart, because I feel like it's like you're going to have to depart from this group of people. The only way that you can drop the burdens is by, you know, the Five of Pentacles and the Four of Wands, by leaving people on the outside looking in. And it's going to be heartbreaking for you. But I feel like it's It's something that I feel like you're going to do. Because when the major arcana show up, you don't really have much of a choice, right? Like you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice that this is coming to an end. You don't have a choice that there's a new beginning. But the truth of the matter is that you're going to have to figure out what you're going to do when the ending does come. Because either you're going to close the door or somebody's going to close the door on you. So either you're going to get ousted or you're going to close the door and carry on to a new group of people who appreciate you. But I think for some of you, if this is a work thing, I feel like there's somebody in the workplace that you don't want to leave behind because you're very much in love with them. You don't really know what to do. The moon is here, but the sun is here. Look, it feels like there's going to be like from a night to day sort of thing. It feels like when the sun is showing in the upright, I feel like it's going to put a spotlight on all of the things that are hiding in the dark, and that's when it's going to motivate you to go. But I think it's got to get pretty bad because you're loyal, man. I feel like you've got to move along because it's not for you. The 10 of Cups is in the reverse and we got the 7 of Cups. It's become confusing. I don't know if I really love this group anymore. It could be a family group. Take it as it resonates for you. But it does feel like somebody's making a really big decision to make a really big change, closing a door, opening a new door. And it feels like it could be work related, family related. I got to make a big decision about these people that I love, or this group of people I've grown up with. It could be people that you work with. We've got lots of pentacles going on here. Take it as it resonates for you. But I feel like right now you're kind of stuck in this energy of, I don't know what to do. You're in the Hanged Man energy, looking at it from a perspective of, but I'm going to lose all my friends. I'm going to tell you, yes, you will. But if they are friends who would rather pull you into the pit than help you out of it, then maybe there's a decision that needs to be made in order to save yourself, right? I'm going to leave that right there, Pisces. Thank you so much for being here and watching. I do appreciate you. I'm going to go for now, but I'll be back because I'm always back. See you in the next week. Bye-bye.